Hi guys, this is my first video for YouTube. I want to give people that are starting out or have heard about the new eczema drug called Dupixent or Dupilimab. I've been on it for about a week now, where you have to take two 300mg injections that look like this. They tell you that you need to put them in either of your legs, tops of your arms, or in your sides, like where you pinch and then put it in your sides. As I say, I've been on it for about a week now. They deliver it directly to your front door, so you don't have to go to like a pharmacy or anything like that. They give you, you can see that, not focus. They give you booklets, you know, to like record your doses and stuff like that. They give you a booklet that contains everything that you need to know about it. And this is delivery notes of basically what I got in the package. Bit of a backstory. Before I started Dupixent, I had chronic eczema where I was in hospital on drips, antibiotics and everything because my skin was horrendous. I was taking prednisolone on a daily basis, where the prednisolone was actually causing me more problems than it was actually doing me any good. When I had a dermatologist look at my skin and stuff like that, they first prescribed me methotrexate, which is a immunosuppressant. And when I started taking it, I had an initial dose and it did not agree with me at all. I was severely ill from it. They did blood tests and stuff like that, and I actually had forms of liver damage from it. And they took me off that straight away when I was in hospital. They then put me on something called cyclosporin, which it started to work, but then I still used to get the flare-ups and stuff like that. I was still in and out of hospital. I took cyclosporin for about 8 months. Didn't have any effect from it. You know, it seemed to be working well, just for the majority. And then all of a sudden it just stopped working. So they took me off that, put me on prednisolone, 30mg a day, which come in like tiny white 5mg tablets. I had to take 6 of those a day for about 6 weeks. But then obviously I was getting the mood swings. I was taking it out on people. You know, I was getting blurred vision. I was getting, you know, really bad migraines. I kept passing out. I had stomach pains. I had blood in my urine. Literally everything. Anything you could possibly think of with prednisolone, I had it. You know, I took all the topical creams, the corticosteroids. I took all of those. Betnovate, Umivate, Dermavate, Fucibet, Fucidin. I've tried them all. And I was losing my tether, really, with, you know, all the prednisolone, all the creams, because none of them seemed to be working after. And I thought, there's got to be something that will help. You know, I didn't want a cure, I didn't want anything, because obviously there's me thinking, oh, you can't cure eczema, which technically you can't. But the numerous videos that I've seen from Dupilimab, or Dupixent, which is its generic brand, there's been really good, positive people talking about it, and it's been through research, it's been FDA approved, and you know, there is a huge waiting list for it. So obviously, if people are going to be taking it, then there is an awfully long waiting list for it. I mean, I was on the waiting list for 6 months before I actually got prescribed Dupixent, and I started my first 600mg dose on the 17th of January of this year, and it seems to be going quite well. You know, I don't get, you know, the stomach pains, I don't get anything. I had a bit of dryness in my eye, but that is one of the side effects from Dupixent. You know, the dry eye, conjunctivitis, like kind of gunkiness in your eyes. That's one of the side effects from Dupixent. But reported there's not actually been that many of the side effects from it. As I say, I've not actually had any side effects bar the dry eye, and when I first started taking it, after about 3 or 4 days, I noticed that I was coming up in like these little red lumps. I mean, I've got one on my head here. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but I've got one on my head here. They kind of look like boils. I will put a picture of the one that I've got on my back, but there's no pus, there's no nothing in it. It's just like little red lumps, and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually they form like skin around there. And I've got one on my leg, one on my head here, which has gone down because I put witch hazel and tea tree stick on it. But that's gone down on my face. I've got one on my back, and one on this bit of my leg here. But other than that, I've not had a flare up, which I'm prone to flare ups. I mean, I get them, you know, quite often. Where sometimes people with eczema are also more prone to bacteria on their skin. And back in 2015, when my skin was at its worst, and 2016 and 2017, but 2015 and 2016 I was really ill with it, where to the point my skin was oozing like yellowy pus. It was weeping, it was so cracked, inflamed, like I couldn't walk. It hurt me to actually get in the bath and get out of the bath. Any contact, like clothes wise, would just be excruciating. And I also suffered from bone problems, like all my bones started hurting and stuff like that. And like people with, as I say, people with eczema have like bacteria on their skin. Obviously, when they're scratching and stuff like that, it kind of puts the bacteria and the infection around on your skin. And in 2015 and 2016, I had MRSA, which, if no one actually knows what MRSA is, Staphylococcus aureus, I think that's pronounced. It's basically a bacteria, and it can be quite dangerous. I got treated for that. And yeah, so it's been ups and downs, and obviously, you know, when my skin is really bad, it kind of does stuff to your self-confidence, you know, where you don't want to go out, socialise. I mean, with my eczema, touch wood, I haven't actually had a flare-up since I've been on this, and I've only been on it a week, so fingers crossed, who knows. who knows? That's the main thing. Hopefully I don't ever get another flare up again. Just a bit of dryness. I can deal with a bit of dryness, like a bit of flakiness on my eyelids or anything like that, but a bit of cream on it and moisturiser clears. But yeah, if I excuse me, don't know what happened there, I had a frog in my throat. If I was to go outside with my eczema flare, it would do so much for my self-confidence. You know, I'll constantly have my head down, I won't want to talk to people. You know, I seriously struggle when I'm out and about. You know, I constantly want to stay in the house, not go out, you know, don't really socialise with people when my eczema's bad and stuff like that. And, you know, I suffer from depression because of it, confidence issues. I just feel that had I have not had Dupixent before, like, you know, when I was trying all this previous stuff and that, I was actually thinking, if this drug is what people say it is and how good people say it is, then surely people like me that suffer with it really, really badly wouldn't have the confidence issues, because people with eczema, they suffer so badly with confidence, and it's not a nice thing to have. I mean, people that I know that have eczema, they've tried light therapy, they've tried immunosuppressants, they've tried all topical creams and oral steroids and everything, as well as me. And for some people that I know, the immunosuppressants have actually worked for them. But with me, it's kind of like trial and error, really. Well, I've constantly been trying different things and, you know, finding out the hard way, basically. And as I say, this video really is just an update on, well, one of many updates on my journey with the drug Dupixent. And it was kind of like a bit of, you know, insight to what it's been like before. So yeah, as I said, this is my first YouTube video. So yeah, if you want to know more, or, you know, you're interested to find out, you know, how it works and stuff like that, then I'll be more than happy to go into a bit of detail and, you know, do a bit of research myself and find out a bit more information to kind of help you guys, you know, and kind of educate myself as well, because I'm still learning about this. And yeah, so if, as I say, you want regular updates on this and, you know, my eczema journey and, you know, how, you know, treatments are helping me and stuff like that, then be sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for weekly videos. Thank you.